Hallo zusammen, I'm your Vlog Dave, and you know what, I had a really stressful, exhausting day, and I thought to myself, okay, what could I actually do to really relax in the evening, right, and to really calm down a bit? Well, I came up with the idea to rewatch and re-experience the 7-1 humiliation of Brazil against Germany. I vividly remember having watched this live at a German-Irish pub in Paderborn, the city where I studied back in the day, back in 2014, with friends. The pub itself was loaded with pretty much only German people, no Brazilian people as far as I can tell. I can honestly say that I'm really happy that I went there, because not just because of like the match itself, but also because of the sheer atmosphere at that pub. Wow. So let's rewatch the highlights of that match, the goals and whatever happened there. So let's go. Okay, just looking at the players there. I mean, Lahm not playing anymore. Klose not playing anymore. Such a long time ago. No Mario Götze, actually. Okay, couldn't remember that. Schweinsteiger not playing anymore. Well, that was 6 freaking years ago. Wow. And Joachim Löw, by the way, our coach, is still the coach. But yeah, I would say that like his best days being the coach of the German team, they are over now. Kinda. By the way, couldn't really find a German commentary version of this, so let's go with the English one. And I think the first goal, wasn't that scored quite quickly after the start?
Saying name from Schweinsteiger. Yeah, in the early stages of this match. There was contact there on Luis. No foul on Luis.
Well, in German you could say, sie haben sich nichts geschenkt. That is so true.
He's really in the mood today. Shot.
Yeah.
Which didn't shot in quite a composed fashion here, and that's a wonderful ball to Hulk, and Hulk lays it square, and Bernard was there. A lot of pressure on him.
Maybe Hulk is like a nickname though? I don't know.
The other side of the game.
The cool thing about Löw is that, like, no matter if you're like winning or losing a match, he's always looking the same, kinda. Like, he has this facial expression of an iceberg, and I guess he could play poker quite well.
I'll take it off you. Slav Klose. Muller in there as well, and it goes back. Tosits in, and Germany lead. Muller. Thomas Muller from the corner puts Germany in front.
By the way, the commentator actually pronounces the last name Müller quite right. Not really, like, not 100%, but it's okay. It's Müller with the umlaut Ü.
He's totally unmarked.
One of the most common German last names ever.
To get that kind of space at this level. Here's Hulk running in behind Lahm. Boateng was getting across the last touch.
Lahm was really well pronounced as well. Which, by the way, is a German adjective that doesn't really fit like any kinds of sports or football necessarily, soccer.
A shot in the end, but no real problem for Schier. Throws through the legs back into Muller. Muller, Klose, brilliant save. Klose scores. Historic goal. Germany 2, Brazil 0. And Miroslav Klose is the all-time World Cup record goal scorer.
And I think that still applies to this day, right? I could be wrong though. I'm not the biggest expert when it comes to those kinds of like soccer statistics and stuff, but I think that still applies to this day. And he even caught up with, I think, was it another German like Gerd Müller back in the day? I can't really remember too well. And I didn't even remember that this also happened in this match, which makes it even cooler, I guess.
Brazil have a mountain to climb in their own backyard against Germany. They're 2 down inside 23 minutes. Stunning.
Thank you.
David Luiz over the top. Bernard trying to get onto it. Through to Neuer. The unshakable.
Seriously, I mean...
Well, at the moment, I mean, just...
Why do you run against him? Like...
Into space. Muller through. Muller could be embarrassing.
Yes.
Toni Kroos.
Nice one.
Brazil have fallen apart inside 25 minutes.
Oh yeah, like the goals happened so quickly, one after another. It was really insane, like out of this world actually. And I just like really thinking back to the time where I was at that pub and watching that live on TV with like, I guess, 100 people or so. You couldn't understand your own word anymore. It was crazy. It was so crazy. Like something that I will never forget because it was so memorable, so intense in a positive way. Like, I think for the first 2 goals, I actually felt bad for the Brazilian guys because we all know that they are great soccer players. But then again, you know, I guess there's this German term that really applies to this whole match, which would be die Schadenfreude. You might be aware of that term.
It could be 4. It's turned square closer. It's 4-0 to Germany. After 25 minutes, Fernandinho caught in possession. Brazil.
Like, how many seconds were between these 2 last goals?
Being humiliated, humbled, and taken apart by Germany.
This whole channel is about learning some stuff about the German language and culture, of course, but every now and then I also learn new words in English. And sorry to say, but it's true, I actually learned humiliation, like the term humiliation, I think, with this game right here, this match. That is also something that I always keep confusing, like game and match. Why don't you just call something like this a game? It is a game. But no, it's a football match. It's not a football game. A football game would be FIFA, I guess. But, you know, this is a football match. And
well, it's as if without their
they couldn't really believe it.
Pulling
And
the plug out of the bath.
I can
It's unbelievable.
totally get that.
4 goals in 15 minutes. In 15 minutes for Germany.
Well
No contact there, and Holtz.
I mean, of course, like, Brazilian guys tried different things and maybe fell more often than they otherwise might have.
Ozil, Khedira, 5-0. 5-0. Absolute humiliation.
Yeah, there was it again. And I think, like, up to this goal, like the 5th goal for Germany, I really felt happy, like, still. But I think, like, from the 6th goal onwards, I began feeling like some sort of, well, no longer Schadenfreude, but something like, well, what should I call it actually? Compassion. It sounds strange, but something like Mitleid. Das Mitleid. But only a little bit.
It's a great big hole to run into.
And I'm, you know, I'm not an expert when it comes to analyzing that kind of stuff necessarily, but I don't know. What do you guys think? Was it like the fault of Brazilians' weak defense, or was it because Germany's offense was so strong, or maybe both? I don't know. Couldn't really say.
Well, they are so poor defensively. No one gets
maybe a mixture.
Everyone out of position.
Out wide, and Toni Kroos here thought he was about to complete a first-half hat-trick. Interested Ozil there too. Kroos. It's going to be Ozil over the top of the wall and over the top.
They also somewhat get that right in Özil.
Semi-final, Brazil this German side at half-time in the world. Rather than that, he stuck with 2 in the middle and 3 supporting the striker. Tournament. In horrific fashion.
He's shown blind faith though, wasn't he, in the like.
Of course, they were aggroed, and I can totally get that. Yeah, you know, something like that. I mean, honestly.
But in that,
I mean, if it had been the other way around, I guess we would have tried the same, so fair is fair. But still.
Great save, great reactions. Look, he knows, he makes his mind up.
You know, Manuel Neuer.
Well, I mean,
nothing more to say there.
Just looking at a replay score.
Great goalkeeper. Der Torwart, by the way.
Covering is Müller. Brazilian corner. Paulinho is onside. Paulinho. Neuer in the way again. Paulinho. Magnificent save. Absolutely brilliant save by Manuel Neuer.
Yeah. Wow.
For me, there.
Clever disguise on that, Schürrle into Müller. Müller shot, good save!
Save he makes. Well, every one of them, this is Hervedez.
Doing a really, really good job when it comes to the German names, actually.
And it's a tap-in for 6, and André Schürrle makes it 6 to Germany, and if it stays this way, it is the biggest ever victory in a World Cup semi-final.
Well, shambolic defending once
Just
more.
imagine
All it is pass.
this would have been the final.
It's a lovely little reverse ball. Schürrle, oh!
That was a beautiful one. Lucky but beautiful.
It's 7.
Stunning finish. I mean, every one of these is just sublime football. Great.
And I mean, I guess some people might say, okay, like, it would have been cool if the German team might have, like, taken it back a little bit in the second half so that Brazil might also have had more chances to score goals. But then again, I mean, it's a competition. I somewhat like that Germany, I guess I'm a bit biased here, but I still like that they still kept going and played normal, and they didn't take back too much.
The back coming in has retreated here. Oscar for Brazil gets one. Germans are furious.
And I have to say, and this might surprise you, I don't know, honestly, I'm really happy for the Brazilian guys that they scored at least one goal. Because if it had stayed like 7-0, the humiliation would have been like perfect, like from the German perspective. But I'm really happy for them and their team that they scored at least that one goal, because that way they can go and say, okay, at least we got that one. And it wasn't like a complete 100% humiliation, right? If that makes sense at of course it doesn't really help. It doesn't change anything for the whole results and stuff. And honestly, with like a match like this and so many goals, there also is a little bit of luck involved, of course. Like, at least a tiny little bit.
That tells you a lot about them. The Germans are absolutely livid. They've let one in.
On the one hand, I really get both sides, but on the other hand, I think like that was an unfair reaction by many fans, like many German fans, that is, because, on the one side, I get like they want to have like that perfect result without any Gegentore. Das Gegentor. And I get that, of course, as I've said before, it's a competition at the end of the day. Something like buhen or ausbuhen, which would kind of be the words there, quite unnecessary in that specific situation, I think. But that's only my opinion. Sorry. Sorry, not sorry, actually. I would like to know, like back in 2014, when this actually took place live, did you watch that live? And what were your feelings? Which team did you root for and why? And those kinds of things. I'm really interested in that and seeing your reactions and what you think about this whole match. And if you're interested in learning some more football or soccer related German terms and phrases and expressions, well, feel free to click the videos right here in the end screen, and also don't forget to subscribe for more videos just like this and other stuff. Thanks for watching, everyone. I'm your Vlog Dave. Tschüss und bis zum nächsten Mal.